Hello.
Hello there, collectors. Jim Messina here once again, and I'm here to talk to you about a new vintage drum project that I just got maybe in the past couple weeks. It's a SLINGERLAND 1940s Radio King. Classic drum, and here it is. It's a kind of rough shape. I've already started working on it. You can see the white marine pearl is a bit yellowed. It's a 7 by 14, kind of a deep drum, but that's how they were. I've started to work on the Beaver tail lugs already, polished them up. Those are coming out pretty good. I've got some washers here I've worked on. They were heavily encrusted with rust. There's only a few washers there. There's not enough for each set of lugs. I don't know why that is. I've only got 8 tension rods. I'm working on that with Dave Brown. He's over in England, my SLINGERLAND expert. We've got 2 bridges, and this is actually what they would call a Radio King by. If it had these bridges, they usually constituted a Radio King along with the single ply shell. Later on, they dropped the bridge and they stopped calling it a Radio King. We've got the Dodge muffler, needs a lot of work. There's a story with this that makes me think this drum is 1942 or later, because they used to put cup washers back here that stated SLINGERLAND. They were stamped SLINGERLAND Chicago, and in 1942 they eliminated those washers and started using only gray felts instead of red, yellow, or green. Now my 1926 SLINGERLAND project has red, so that's an example of those differences. Now the big problem with this drum is that here's all that's left of the original strainer. I don't know if you can see that, but that's a 967, a number 967, and what's left of one, or a 3-point strainer as the collectors call it. Points 1, 2, 3 would connect to the drum. That's why the collectors give it that name, but it's really a 967. Earlier versions of the 967, which I have right here for the 1926 drum, shows you the difference. It shows you what's missing from this one. You're missing the upper lever, the knob, you're missing the slider bar, so a lot of parts missing from this. One thing about this strainer is that you would have a flange on the slider bar that flanged inward on the early ones, outward on the later ones, and the ones that's flanged outward were used for these bridges, and they would have a metal band holding the snare wires on, and the bridge would be mounted like this, and it would apply pressure away from the snare shell because the snares extended beyond the shell, and that was a big selling point for Radio Kings. Also, I have another strainer here that's very similar. This is when Leedy took over. It's called the 1967. Very similar to the original 3-point strainer, the 967. I'm thinking of possibly putting this on this drum. So that's an option I have if I can't find the other parts. So this is going to be a fun project. I'm going to take some close-ups and let you see what's going on a little closer here. So stay tuned. Another project that's going to be a lot of fun, along with my 1926 SLINGERLAND Professional. So here's those close-ups for you right now.
Way back around 54, we've been digging to the mind of Mo. Growing up with the television clowns, slap and poke away our childish frowns. The Mushakana trio was the bomb. Mo slaps Curly, I hear from Mom. Don't watch that crap, it'll warp your brain. Too late, I've slapped my sister again. 3 smart saps, calling Mo and Larry, getting jiggy with the hairy cone. Spread out. Men swinging the alphabet, numbskull, porcupine, a slap you're gonna get. Comedy classics on Spike TV, real men get to see what they wanna see. Okay, I wanna know who threw those pies, and how you gonna see when I poke you in the eyes. Hell of a thing for a little kid to learn. Niagara Falls, slowly I turn. 3 smart sets, Collie, Mo, and Larry, getting jiggy with the hairy cone. What kind of mother would name her son Shimp? If you wanna watch, then you got to say please. What's wrong, good God, Mo Larry that cheese? Enchanted, enraptured, embalmed. What's it like to take a slap from an open palm? Have a good laugh from this insanity. Remember, it's all for duty and humanity. 3 smart saps, Curly, Mo, and Larry. Getting jiggy with the Harry Cone.
Well, I hope you can see the differences between those snare strainers, very subtle differences, but now you can see what I'm up against with this restoration. A couple other things about this drum. You've got the stick chopper hoops right here. They were just straight, no flange in, like the stick saver versions are, and they don't flange out. So that's why you would chew up so many sticks. Straight edges, that'll gobble up some sticks. Also on these Radio Kings, they were actually stamped Slingerland Radio King right on the top. Pretty cool. One other thing you want to notice are the snare gates. See that hole in the bottom hoop there? That's called a snare gate. Well, on this, they're wider. On the earlier versions, they were narrower, and they used machine screws on them. On this version, they're wider, and they use rivets. Another thing that's perplexing me about this drum is the badge. This is an early cloud badge. If it were the 40s, it should be like an aluminum cloud badge. So that's kind of got me baffled. Some drums come up this way, and they present a mystery to the person that's trying to restore them. But that's why we do it, because it's a lot of fun. So, hey, it's been a pleasure. Stick around. See how this whole project comes out. We'll see you again.